Senator Dr. Marcus Newsom and the school board president David Wyman making a very important announcement. We've had so much bad news in Chesterfield schools. This is actually some good news. $15 million in savings realized through some efficiency efforts at the district, and as a result they're going to give a bonus that's equivalent to 2% of the salary of all the faculty and staff there in Chesterfield. Dr. Bill Bosher is here, our education specialist, to kind of make sense of all of this for us. Dr. Bosher, I guess probably the first question I have is, where did this $15 million come from?
Ryan, in school divisions in Virginia, you can't go in the red. So you're going to have a surplus. For instance, Cleveland once borrowed money to run the schools. That can't happen in Virginia. Also, when you're trying to project, and Chesterfield uses 1 million gallons of gas with 550 buses, when you're trying to project the cost of a gallon of gas, you do that a year and a half ahead. And so gasoline, energy, utilities, plus they did some things like let's not buy any materials for the next year, let's not stock up, and then attrition. Positions that went unfilled all contributed to a very significant year-end fund balance.
Now, so $15 million in savings, $9 million going to be set aside for the future. The rest going to go to giving the faculty and staff a bit of a boost, kind of a thank you for putting up with everything that they've been forced to deal with. But Dr. Newsom kind of talked about it. It's been real bad leading up to this point. We've got kind of a sunny sky now, but it's going to get real bad again, correct? I mean, we're going to see bigger cuts down the road.
Right. FY12 is not going to be good. And there are 2 or 3 things that Dr. Newsom said. One, he said it's one time, which means this is, quote, a bonus. The tricky part of this is how does IRS figure it out in terms of a one-time payment? Does it treat it like 12 months? People could get less money than they think. I've been there. The second is really you don't spend short-term savings for long-term obligations, so this won't change salary scales. It's a courageous thing to do to try to lift the morale of people who've been under siege. They've been in the public eye, huge cuts. It also has some downside, and the downside will be taxpayers who say, why not to us? And employees in the government side and other areas who say, well, will we get a piece of this as well?
Right. $15 million, there's probably a lot of people that wish they had a piece of this. So this is Dr. Newsom saying this is the group that he thinks is the most deserving at this point?
Well, he's saying all of the employees under his supervision. Now, I once did it just for teachers, and I got blown out of the water because everybody said, don't you appreciate us as well? So for all of his employees, a 2% bonus increment one time that's going to be paid to them. I would not imagine either, Ryan, that this is being done without conversations with the leadership of the Board of Supervisors and the county administrator.
Okay, all right, so that we're going to have much more on this coming up at 5 and 6. Our reporter Melissa Correa is there. We'll break down what this means for everybody in Chesterfield. Dr. Bosher, thank you for your insight. We appreciate it. And we'll be back after this.